Okay, so here we have the kabbalistic tree of life, which is a diagram and kind of a soul map of how divine energy moves through the world. Speaking of divine energy moving through the world, let's start with our 1-minute miracle meditation. And I saw a 3-minute video from Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson this week that, I've been teaching people this 1-minute meditation for years based on the breath of God. And he added an element to it that just blows it wide open. I have to teach it to you. Okay, so when we take a deep breath, and we remember we're connecting to Hashem when we take that breath, and we're remembering that breath of life that we're receiving right now is being breathed into us by the Master of the universe. And we're breathing out any stress, any anxiety, worry, doubt, just letting it all go. And we're breathing in that breath of life. With that breath of life that Hashem is giving us, Hashem is trusting us to fulfill our mission, to fulfill the purpose, whether we know what it is or not. Hashem is giving us the life force and the energy to fulfill that purpose. But even more than that, what I learned this week is that Hashem is not just giving us life force. Hashem is actually breathing our soul into us in every moment. So every moment we are receiving our souls brand new. So in every moment we have access to infinite levels of our soul, new and bigger and broader infinite levels of our soul. So that is our 1-minute meditation, a couple minutes long. So it just ramped it up, just really notched it up there. We're not just receiving life. We're receiving our soul every minute fresh, and we can, whatever old things we're carrying, we can just tap into the brand new soul in any moment to just overcome those. So where we're receiving that in the light in the soul map is from Kesser. This is above the map. This is above us, out, not in our world of action here. That's the level of faith where we connect is what we just did. That's how we connect to the level of Kesser. By in any moment remembering how great is Hashem, that everything in the world is Hashem, and we can tap into the greatness of Hashem in any moment. And then we move into what is more accessible to us, which is the top triad of Chachma, Bina, and Das. These qualities on the right are coaching principles that I overlaid onto the tree of life. So Chachma, vision, is a place of wisdom. If you're having, if you are having any trouble sort of accessing, knowing the core of what you're doing, this is the place where you want to strengthen right here. Bina, and this is also intuition. That's the drop of the idea, the brand new idea that God breathes into us, basically, for our life. And then Bina is the next level of intuition and understanding. That's where we take that godly idea, that passion, and we start unpacking it. That's what we're doing in the mastermind. We're starting to understand it, unpack it, analyze it, and create a vision statement for it, a plan, a strategic plan for bringing our passion project into the world where it can do the most good. And then Das is where we're really fully making the connections. We get it. We know it. We have our vision plan in place. So from there, we can move the idea further down from the infinite godly realm where it dropped into us, and then further down into the second triad. This is where really the action of the soul really happens, especially between this balance between Chesed and Gevura. So and when we have the correct balance, this is Chesed is absolutely yes, Gevura is absolutely no, and Gevura is really the place where we're making that choice. We're saying no to that yes. There's an infinite amount of yesness, of options, and we're saying no to some of them so that we can bring the ones that we're saying yes to in full power into the balance of Tiferes, where we are bringing it into harmony. So chesed, there's a lot that goes on right here. Chesed in our business might be that we need to give more, give people more tastes of what it is we're doing. One of the things I'm going to talk about today is, having a discovery call or interviewing your ideal client or customer to really get an understanding of who they are, what they like, and what their needs and problems are, and how you can address those. You might be out of balance the other way. Maybe you're giving it all away for free and it's draining you, and you're not bringing in enough financial profit. So you want to hold back the chesed, and it might be both going on at the same time. So Gevurah is where we really make the choices. How much of it are we going to give away? How much of it are we going to sell? And what that price is going to be. Another time we can talk about price, because I know, that's always an issue. How much do we charge, right? And where do we find the harmony in that? And I'll just tell you, there's no wrong answer here. You find out by doing it. You make a decision, you put it out at that. Either you get customers and clients, or you don't, or you get pushback on, and we're always adjusting it. But we'll get more. Maybe we'll do next time. Talk about exactly that. Really kind of flesh that out. So Tiferes is where we have the balance, when we've got that going correctly. This really is the whole purpose right here of why God created the world, so that we would have free choice, created this whole system in such a way that it could even look like Chas v'Shalom, God isn't in this world at all, so that everybody can choose freely. And, the godly wish is that we will choose mitzvahs, that we will choose to live a Torah life, and that we will be a partner in creation by bringing by making this world a dwelling place for God, by taking all the dark corners that we find and bringing light into them through our passion projects, through our mitzvahs that we, build into our passion projects and businesses. And then that brings the godly flow down further into the third triad, Netzach, Hod, and Yesod. And Netzach, it being the place of action, and endurance. That's like where we are, probably where we hang out the most, doing the actions that we do, the strategic plan, implementing it, doing, creating the product, selling the product. This is kind of where business mostly hangs out. And then Hod is where we really balance our efforts with our faith. Really, we're balancing our faith all the way here. But Hod is that place of gratitude. That's where we start when we do each of our, our round robin here in the network. We're remembering that all of our efforts, those are our efforts, our partnership, but really it all comes from Hashem, and it doesn't always look the way we think it's going to look. And the more we're open to receiving it, however Hashem sends it, the more we're going to accomplish the mission that we're put in here to do. So this is really the place. Netzach is kind of the place of fullness, and Hod is more the place of humility, of emptiness, where we receive, we're fully receiving. And when we have that in balance, then the whole godly light flows through the whole entire system into Yesod, and which I put the coaching principle of service. That's really the foundation. That's when people really understand who you are and what you're offering. They know that you are the go-to person for that thing, because all of this has become into balance. Remember, all the center points here are really the place of balance of the right and the left. And this is where you can fully serve, because you're in stand 3 of the Nurtured Heart approach, is the absolutely clear stage. You're absolutely clear about what you're offering, who you're offering it to, how you're helping, and people really understand that and start referring you. And then when all of that's complete, then it all flows down into Malchus, where you're fully expressing your talent. I guess really this is the place where people recognize you as the queen of what you do, the queen of who you are. And they come to you for that. Okay, so Yesod is really where you're serving. This is the sweet spot where the spiritual and the financial profit comes together, but then it all flows into where the whole system, you are manifesting the whole system in a balanced way, and it's working, it's flowing. And then this is just one link of the infinite chain. Then all of this flows into the Kesser of the level below it, all the way down into this world. And when we're sending our prayers, when we're strengthening our faith, when we're doing mitzvahs, when we're learning Torah, we're taking the express elevator all the way back up through the whole system. When we're doing our 1 minute meditation, that's what we're doing in 1 minute. We're taking all of that godly flow that we brought into this world to make the world a dwelling place for God. And now we're going back up to the infinite to draw down fresh again through our breath. And there it is in a nutshell.